Yes, thank you very much, and thank you for having me on. Yes, I mean, obviously, we've seen a very big surge in prices in the last few days, but that's sort of a continuation of a trend. I think obviously the seeds of this really go back to last winter, which was very cold in the northern hemisphere at the same time. And Europe survived that pretty well without a much spike in prices because we had a lot of gas in storage as liquefied natural gas was pulled away to Asia. That's kind of come back to bite us a little bit now because we've had to refill storage during the summer months. And it's not gone back to anywhere near the levels, certainly of 2019-20, or even the average of the few years before that. So we've sort of been hit with a what you might call, everybody calls it a sort of perfect storm of demand recovery from COVID and a tight supply situation. So that's set the seeds for it. But obviously in recent days, we've seen even prices shooting through the roof until, I think, as you said, Vladimir Putin made noises about Russia being able to supply a little bit more.
Can we just get into that? Because the Kremlin is saying it's ready to negotiate new long-term contracts for gas sales. But if looking at what Asian and European customers are saying at this point, looking at the extraordinary escalation in prices, many of them are wary about inking new contracts at these levels. So what does the Russian commentary mean in the broader scheme of things? Do you think it has the potential for bringing to the table lower gas prices?
I was a little bit confused about the statement they would add more long-term contracts. The long-term contracts to Europe haven't particularly gone down. I mean, some have expired, but the pricing terms changed from being linked to oil. Obviously, being linked to oil, they want to have gone up as much as the spot prices, as more being linked to spot prices. So the contract prices have gone up, in line with the rising spot prices. So I'm not sure, to be honest, that would help because they're probably not going to go back to being linked to oil. They'll be linked to spot prices, so it becomes a sort of circular. So I'm not sure that would help particularly. Possibility of more supply from Russia might help, but maybe we can come on to that.